Anelise Borges joins us now from Paris. Well, Anelise, the union leaders called for another day of protests, and finally the government has actually authorised these protests too. And it certainly looks like, from what I can see behind you, that people are starting to build out there. What is the atmosphere like today out there?
Well, it's relatively calm at the moment. We have changed our position to show you how crowded this square, this area is getting. There are several hundred people here in and around Place de la Bastille, and almost 2,000 security personnel that are surrounding the square, checking everyone's bags, checking everyone's for any kind of objects that might be suspicious, because they are, of course, trying to avoid a repeat of what happened here in Paris last week on June 14th, when the march descended into chaos. That was the reason the French government tried to ban this very march, a first such ban in more than almost 49 years here in France. There was an outcry. People were very, very upset about the idea of not being able to hold this march. Well, they were meeting with the Interior Minister Bernard Cazeneuve, and the unions were authorized to organize this march. This march is not expected to be as large as the last demonstration, of course, because labor unions this time around are organizing several different actions in different cities across France. So this one is exclusively in Paris. There are marches happening in Rennes, in Lyon, in several different parts of France. So you will be spread out this time around. France has been witnessing strikes in several different marches for 3 months now, since the government of French President François Hollande has been trying to push forward that controversial labor law reform.
Yeah, and Anelise, I mean, France is known for its protests. It's also known for its socialist-driven government. But tell us more about this actual bill here. What exactly is François Hollande trying to change in French labour legislation?
Well, the package of measures includes several different changes, especially when it comes to companies. The companies will be allowed more flexibility to negotiate directly with their employees, being with regards to hiring and firing people, as well as pay and number of hours worked per week. For example, here in France, there's a maximum of 35 hours you can work per week. This has been heavily regulated, heavily protected all these years. And now, if this bill, this new project goes through, well, that will change. The government is going to allow firms to negotiate directly with their workers, and if they want to work more, they will be allowed to, up to 46 hours a week. Companies will also be allowed to negotiate certain types of leave, and so companies will be allowed more flexibility. Well, the government says that that is the only way to tackle unemployment here in France, that is currently at 10%, and to make French companies more competitive. Critics of this bill say that it goes hand in hand with business interests, and it will only benefit big business groups. Well, these people here support the 35-hour week. They support to keep France with the laws that it has currently to protect its labor force. This is a market that has been heavily regulated all these years, and these people, at least, they want to see no change.
All right, Anelise, thanks very much for that. We'll see how those protests go throughout the afternoon. That's Anelise Borges for us in Paris there.